State with a 3-point lead on Kansas State. As we take a look at tonight's Southwest Airlines playbook, and we can show you some of the touchdowns here, Herbie.
Yeah, Brent, I really think a turning point in the first half were the turnovers by Oklahoma State. It got Kansas State back into the game. There was a touchdown by Peace, and this was a real backbreaker potentially for Oklahoma State. An interception by Chapman. He takes it all the way to the end zone, but Oklahoma State rallied back. Give them a lot of credit. Before the half, they're able to get some points on the board, a touchdown to Moore. And all of a sudden, we got an interesting second half setting up here in Stillwater.
Absolutely. Now, remember last week up in Manhattan, Kansas State pulled real close to Oklahoma, and then the second half went all Sooners. Now, the Wildcats got to be careful here tonight.
That's a great point, and I think the timing of that is important for Bill Snyder as he just talked to his team at halftime and getting their attention about the importance of this second half.
So Lockett is stopped at the 15. We check in down below with Lisa Salter.
Hey guys,
Lisa?
well, I just talked to Bill Snyder, and he said that, in that first half they just made the kind of mistakes that disciplined teams do not make. He said, I'm proud that our guys are still in there, and I told him that I'm proud of that. He said, but we're still making the kind of mistakes that get you beat. And I said, hey, Coach, even after you guys put 24 points on the board and seem to turn things around, he said, yeah, we're still making these mental mistakes. And I've told our guys that if we do that, we are going to get beat. We've probably given them 21 points, he told me. Guys?
Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, he's a stickler for details, always has been. Bill Snyder, one of the great coaching jobs of all time up in Manhattan. And here's the running back, Hubert. Half numbers. We've already told you the turnovers, and take a look at the points. We've had 31 of our points scored off turnovers.
And the bottom line there, average starting field position for Oklahoma State near midfield, and Kansas State's been put back a little bit deeper in their own territory, which is tougher for their style of offense.
And here they are, Herbie, coming out from their own 16-yard line right now on second down. Klein fires in underneath. Harper slips a tackle. And he's out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Lisa Salter's talking about what Bill Snyder had mentioned. And then these are the things that I think
for them. He's cut 4 for 58 yards. He's down toward the bottom of your screen. And there's Harper, and he's in deep trouble. Harper is in deep trouble, and he is run out of bounds at the 27. The pressure was brought by Lewis. Lockett will go off to Klein's left. Thompson comes off to the right. Klein gets time and comes in short underneath, and that's Travis Tannehill. We haven't called his name very often tonight. He's a junior. Here's the running back on this 3rd and 6 for Klein, and the Wildcats, they go trips to the left. And they close the tight end down to the right. Tannehill. Klein, flush, going to be sacked at the 23-yard line by Caleb Levy.
Brent, I think there's some confusion, and you could try to move Hubert over here. The confusion comes right here because the linebacker and the defensive end end up crossing, and I think you see the left guard Pitts steps down to pick it up, but the running back Hubert was confused on who he was able to pick up, and it brought a man free. An easy play for Oklahoma State's defense.
And Herbie Blackman is back, and they rushed that punt, and they almost got a piece of it. Blackman picks it up on the bounce, and he's to the 42-yard line, and that's where the Cowboys will have their first possession here of the second half, as Brandon Weeden here tonight, 20 of 27, 248 yards, 2 touchdowns, typical Weeden game, but 2 critical interceptions.
Yeah, just to put it in perspective, they have 10 turnovers on the year coming into tonight's game. 3 turnovers in the first half alone. Has a lot to do with why we're sitting at a 27-24 game here to start this second half.
So Weeden, one-time baseball player and drafted by the New York Yankees. You were asking him, is his wife big football fan? He said, tell you the truth, she's a real baseball fan. She loved that 6th game of the World Series that they watched together, and didn't everybody, as Randall gets the first call here, and Lamar, it forced him out of baseball. He'd already been offered a scholarship here in football, and he decided to take him up on it. And here he is, firing complete. And Tracy Moore working the middle, makes another grab. He's been his most active receiver here tonight. He's got a 7, making 8 balls now. for 139 yards.
You know, Justin Blackmon gets a lot of attention more as a guy that he's going to tonight. So far, we've not seen Josh Cooper. He's not played at all tonight.
Oh, there's that flash end around with Josh Stewart, the freshman, and he is out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Malone makes a stop. This play has to be timed perfectly, and it was.
Josh Stewart, who is a true freshman out of Denton, Texas, has the speed to be able to execute that.
Now the power run, first down for Randall, and Randall is down to the 31-yard line, and Garrett making the stop. But once we start naming the defensive backs, Herbie, to make those tackles, that means they're getting to the second level all of a sudden.
Yeah, you love to see the way they attack out on the perimeter with the dash, as you said, kind of a jet sweep. They get back into the middle, and then they'll start to attack throwing the football vertically as well.
Play action fake. Whedon fires, and going to be thrown out of bounds at around the 15-yard line is that freshman you talked about, Stewart.
Yeah, and watch the accuracy. He's in rhythm here. He steps and makes a perfect throw to the freshman Stewart, who's been involved here for 2 of the last 3 plays. He's got great speed and gaining more experience. Again, Hubert Ainium is out. He's not able to play. And again, Josh Cooper not playing tonight. Others have had to step up, and they're willing to do it and able to do it.
There's that slip screen to Randall. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. That's the 3rd touchdown pass of the night for Brandon Whedon.
Boy, they did such a good job for the first series here to start the second half of mixing up the play calling. Todd Monken went back to the drawing board there at halftime, and they mixed it up. They gave a lot of different looks with their formations. They attacked out wide. They attacked up the middle, play action, about everything you can do, and they marched right down the field, 6 plays and 62 yards for the touchdown.
So Oklahoma State regains a 10-point lead. You see, flips it out. There's Blackmon blocking. The NFL will love to see that. And it's touchdown, Cowboys. Lockett has been coming out of his own end zone here. I don't think he's going to get a shot at that one.
This touchdown by Oklahoma State. Garrett, the corner, blitzes and leaves 2 guys out there for 2 to block. Randall goes in motion. Whedon gets it out to him quickly. And there's Charlie Moore with a nice block, and also Justin Blackmon, who's the All-American, the go-to receiver. He's showing he's going to get downfield, get in position there. Gets away with maybe a little bit of hold there with the left hand, but opens it up there for the touchdown there. And Randall is so tough out of the backfield catching the ball, but well-designed play and perfect execution on the entire drive by Oklahoma State.
Complete. And out.
Reverse and some passes that have opened up some things in their running game.
Hubert's the running back on this 2nd and 3. Klein rolls, throws for the first down, and Lockett is out of.
The Cowboys have to respect that.
Play action, moves the pocket to the left, and throws it away down that left sideline.
Because what's happening is
Buckeyes. Quick throw, and they got a first down, and there is Andre McDonald. You know what, Coach? Here's the Wildcat now for the 4th time. They scored a touchdown off of it. Angelo Pease looks for the left, comes behind Paulson, still struggling, and crosses midfield. 2nd down and 8, and Hubert alongside Klein. There's Lockett. Came back and took the handoff. And Lockett for the first down, breaks free, 35-30. And he is down to the 26-yard line. Martin making the stop.
Watch the motion by the quarterback, a little pump fake, just trying to get the defense out of position, trying to get them to be eager, which they've been all night. And I'm telling you, the misdirection and the play action passes have opened things up. And then how about the creativity and the quickness by Tyler Lockett, the freshman in the open field.
A 23-yard gain. He's carried 3 times for 84 yards. He had a 60-yard run on a reverse back in the first half. A good drive going here for the Wildcats. Klein keeping it all the way on a quarterback run.
And now to the 10-yard line after the run.
So they will take it 1st and goal from the 10. There's movement, and now it's 1st and 15. That is cost.
Offense, number 75.
Pretty good yards. Towards the end of the play there, Ryan Robinson just gets on top of him and gets a hold of that face mask. And that's what the officials ended up calling. There's a little bit of jaw in there towards the end of that play, too.
And now the penalty moves the Wildcats back to the 15-yard line. Keeping it all the way.
For this offense.
Wilson alongside as a protector. He's number 37. He's the blocking fullback there. Getting on the same page with the quarterback. Now gets over to the left and they have to burn a timeout there. We're down to 1 second on 14 points. K-State twice for 14. The Wildcats are threatening here again with 5:55 remaining in the 3rd quarter. They are down at the Cowboys' 14-yard line. Klein back in the gun alone. Checks the sideline. 5 receivers are out on this 2nd and goal. Drops it off. Lockett. Touchdown as he dives across. The freshman for the extra point. And Kansas State bounces back again. They trail it by in the 3rd quarter. They kick it short to keep it away from the dangerous return man. And Herschel Sims, the freshman, is down at the 35.
Well, Brent, this is down, so they hold up just long enough to give Klein the time, and he finds the one-on-one matchup for the touchdown.
Blackman with 8 catches for 78 yards as Oklahoma State opens with a random run to the 40-yard line on 1st down. Hartman making the stop for the Wildcats.
It's like we have Tyson Hartman, the safety who had a big interception earlier in the game, has gone down.
So Whedon underneath was all alone, and they've got an easy 1st down with Colton Choate. And that's his first catch of the night. He's the brother of the backup quarterback here, Clint Choate.
Well, they're really trying to mix it up and get as many different receivers involved in this attack as they can. It is definitely not just Justin Blackman and Tracy Moore.
K-State rushes 4, and speaking to Mr. Blackman early on cue, there he is for the 1st down to the 37-yard line.
Well, they do a good job of mixing it up, and you always over the years used to hear Mike Leach say, when it comes to balance, I'm not necessarily concerned about balance when it comes to run in the pass. Balance to me is spreading the ball out to the receivers and the backs in the passing game, and he's doing that.
1st down and 10. Whedon. I'll tell you what, another crack was taken by Malone that time. He jumped the big fella. This is an impressive defensive back play by Kansas State tonight.
And that time Whedon's very deliberate. There are times when he anticipates well. There are other times where he seems to be more deliberate in telegraphing his throws, and it gives Malone a chance to be able to break on the football. That time he almost came up with another interception out in the flat.
Might want to use a pump fake.
He's sitting on it.
These corners have been jumping routes. So Whedon throws short underneath to the 31-yard line, and that's Michael Harrison, and he will limp off, having been shaken up on that play.
An area that they just don't have a lot of depth. They're rotating as many bodies as they can. They're lucky that they do have 8 or 9 different receivers, because 3 of them right now are not in the lineup.
3rd down and 4. Randall explodes for the 1st down. Close to the 25-yard line. Lemur makes the stop.
This is the part of this offense I really love. It's one thing to stretch a defense horizontally and vertically with the passing game, but when you make the linebackers and the safeties have to be respectful of the running game and how physical they run the ball with this offensive line and Joseph Randle, that really makes them be aware and locks them into that box area, and it opens up the passing lanes on the outside.
26-yard line, they'll hand to Randle. Tries to sweep right, crosses the 20 into the red zone. And Arthur Brown, the outstanding linebacker for the Wildcats, makes the stop. And Whedon and the Cowboys are threatening here with 3.5 minutes to go in the third.
You know, they typically like to run the football. They average 182 yards a game on the ground. So far tonight, only 40 yards. So they've tried to attack Kansas State more through the air with Whedon's arm.
Hartman checks back into the lineup. He is back. Whedon crosses in underneath the Blackman. Blackman 10-5 reaches. Fumble. K-State's got it in the end zone. That'll come out on the 20-yard line. Blackman's second turnover of the night.
Uncharacteristic to see Blackman and this offense turn the ball over. That's 4 turnovers on the night, and Brent, he's fighting for extra yards. He's trying to get the ball in the end zone, but this is something you can't do. He's in fighting, he stretches the ball and gets the ball away from his body. Watch the ball extend. Look how far it is away from his body. And there's the defense able to knock it away. It was the linebacker, Lemur. See, the ball gets away. So he has it in a good position there. And then he's just fighting for extra yards, but it's really far away from where it can be protected. And in position for Lemur, who looked like he knocked that ball away before his knee touched.
So Lemur. So Klein takes the first snap, and it's a quarterback keeper, and he's got a first down. Crosses the 30-yard line.
Positive yards. There they get a first down.
Hubert is the running back. Play action. Fires. Sideline. Lockett works it. And Lockett with a first down and another big play. And what a record at K-State.
Watch his feet. Watch his feet. See if he gets, is that left foot still down as he tries to catch the football?
He'll turn this one over.
Yeah, is that right?
There's no question.
Right.
Well, not so sure.
The left toe may have touched.
It's
Definitely got to take a look at it.
Spoke to us.
Midfield after the turnover.
After further review, the receiver's foot was out of bounds. It's an incomplete pass.
Wow.
Second down and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Cats down the field goal. Have the ball on the 32-yard line. Off a play action, Klein now throws this one away. Live to fight another day with third.
Quarterback starts scrambling for his life. Those linemen are doing everything they can to hold up.
Offense, number 80. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
Users on the 2nd and 20 for the Wildcats. Klein taking off. Middle opens up for him. 35. And he will be tackled by Sean Lewis.
Well, watch how he sets the blocks up. Spread the field out with a bunch. A lot of times when the receivers are covered and he gets to run with the football.
3rd and 6. Final minute and a half of the third quarter winding down. Here's Klein forced to take off. Cannot get the first down. And he was stopped by Caleb Levy. High fair catch signal by Blackman. And he makes it at the 23. Well, the BCS countdown going to be very, very interesting tomorrow. You're going to have a loser in the LSU-Alabama game. Stanford's already a winner. Here comes Randle, will be the running back behind Whedon. Play action. Stands tall, comes middle, Blackman, and here he comes. Not fumbling this one, first down at the 42-yard line. This is the one thing that the coaches love about Blackman.
Watch Ty Zimmerman, Brent, 12. He stays up tight in coverage, and it's one-on-one. It's the matchup that you've been locked in on all night. This time, Blackman gets the best of Malone in one-on-one coverage, and it's a good throw by Whedon.
Indeed it was, and it'll be for Whedon. He's thrown for 387 yards. And except for the turnovers, this would be a blowout as Anderson catches that.
Which is ironic because that's what Oklahoma State typically does to their opponent, but tonight they've had to try to overcome that. We'll see if they're able to execute here once they get into Kansas State territory and put points up on the board. Try to get a little cushion here against the Wildcats.
The ball is at the 38-yard line for Whedon. They run the draw with Randall, got the first down, and more as he goes to the 28-yard line, bringing the clock down on the third quarter. Oklahoma State, number 3, leading, but only by 3 points. First and 10, ball across the 30-yard line for Brandon Whedon and the Cowboys. Quick pitch, and Ty Moore, Tracy Moore, the receiver, number 87, been active here tonight.
Well, he has had a career night. 9 receptions, 146 yards. Is that inside receiver? He's got good size, 6'1", 233 pounds. And they get the ball to him in a hurry. He's able to fight off Arthur Brown there and get some big yards.
Second down and 3. Whedon fires. Dropped at the 6-yard line. Moore couldn't hang on that time.
What's happening with a lot of these underneath routes is the linebackers are occupied. They see these receivers, there's so many of them crossing in front of them on these scissors routes that the linebackers are stepping up. And we've seen it all night. Whedon's had some success throwing right behind the 2 linebackers into the middle of the defense.
You're fired to Randall. And he is down at the 23-yard line, and great defensive recognition by David Garrett.
That is a big-time play by David Garrett. He is, tell you what, if you like undersized guys that play with everything, he fights off a block here and makes a play against a physical ball carrier in Joseph Randall. Big-time play by Garrett, the senior.
So it is 4th down for Quinn Sharp. Made his 2 field goal attempts for the 19 and the 29, and now this is longest of the night. Here comes a 40-yarder. Trying to make it 3 of 3. Curls it right in beautifully. It's now a 6-point lead. Herbie.
Well, it's been an interesting game that's gone back and forth. Oklahoma State jumped out, but they started to make some mistakes, and it gave Kansas State some life. They put 24 points up at the half, and now they're still within 6. It's kind of a game that, if you're a Kansas State fan, this is about what you were hoping for, to just kind of scratch and claw, look up in the 4th quarter and find that you're within a touchdown.
So Sharp will kick it away, and they try to keep it out of Lockett's hands here, and so Thompson, the short man, is down at the 30-yard line. Well, country music's biggest night. Running back, first down and 10. Bringing time down, patient on that play clock. Klein steps away and takes off to the 34-yard line. Elkins making the stop.
And he takes it.
And 6 for the Wildcats, who trail it by 6. Couldn't find his man open, takes off, and he is stopped short of the first down. Broderick Brown makes the play defensively on the quarterback. Fumble, but he got it back. I don't think that was a real clean exchange, but he stayed right with it, trying to sneak for the first down. At least it looked a little odd, but Klein had it all the way and was battling to try and get that first down, and he got it. Good second effort.
Everything he does is a little bit unorthodox, but
So first down and 10. And they run Klein behind Power this time. And he's got about 9 yards as we go to Robert Flores for an update. Robert? Yeah, Robert, Eric Reed with a great effort of going to the ground. He was beaten by that receiver, and he wrestled it away from him as they went down. That's a terrific effort. But LSU is forced to punt it back to him. Second down and 2 now. Inside of 11 minutes here. And Hubert breaks free. He's got the first down to the 42-yard line, and Elkins makes the stop. And the Wildcats driving. Play action. And down he goes at the 45. Christian Littlehead from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
also gave them more time to get in there.
Second down and 13. Klein checks the sideline. Shovel pass inside, and a beautifully read and designed play for a first down to the 30-yard line. Klein checks that sideline. Ball at the Cowboys' 30-yard line. Follows the two lead blockers. Klein crashes to the 27-yard line. Rogers making the stop. And the number 3 team could be in deep trouble here if the
Kansas State.
blood on the left hand. Quarterback not going anyplace. These youngsters are gamer. And it was whistled dead just before the snap.
False start.
Oh, a tough penalty.
This kid's got blood
5-yard penalty. Second
on
down.
both his elbows, on his left hand. I mean, this essentially is a linebacker.
Second down and 12. Klein checks that sideline again. Lockett's open. Got him. Lockett battling toward that first down marker. And appeared to be shy. Elkins making the stop. Now they come with 2 tight on 3rd and short. And you know how dangerous Klein is when he runs it. You got to hurry now on that play clock. Pitch the option, and Hubert's cut off for a loss. And it's a terrific play by Alex Elkins. Elkins stayed right there on the pitch man, and it was not to be. And here comes a huge 4th down.
Brent, I think what he saw, and the reason there was so much communication, is look at all the defenders down in this area. There's some space out here. His big tight end this time, McDonald and Ofter, get off the line of scrimmage freely, but they're not able to account for Elkins. They saw everybody pinching down, anticipating a quarterback sneak, which they did earlier in the game. Nobody was to the outside, and instead of going for the easy first down, they looked for the big play.
A stunner out west. UCLA has beaten Arizona State. Hang on, everybody. What a night. With 7:11 left in Stillwater. Kansas State down by 6 on a 4th and 7. They need to reach the 19 for the first down. Klein dances away. He's got daylight. First down to the 13-yard line when it opened up to the left. Klein. So it is 1st and 10 for the underdog Wildcats. Klein keeps it again. And he is battered as he crosses the 10-yard line. Klein. Strength is to the right. Hubert is there behind Wilson. Second down and 7. Klein going to keep it himself. Cuts and short of that first down marker with Lowe making the stop. So it is 3rd down and 1 for Klein. Option, Klein in zone. An extra point away from leading number 3. Scantelli for the lead. And Kansas State regains the lead to beat Arizona State and take command of the Pac-12 South. And again, another short kickoff. And Oklahoma State will have it at 35. Herbie, let's take a look now at this week's BCS standings brought to you by Allstate.
Of course, LSU 1 and 2, still 6-6 with They're in the fourth quarter there. Oklahoma State down 1 here. I mean, this is getting interesting in the top 3. And then you have Stanford, the one big. Boise State just getting started at UNLV. And, you know, Oklahoma wins today, but they lose Ryan Broyles. And now it's Oklahoma State, and it's Brandon Weeden and Justin Blackmon in this offense. See how they answer that touchdown drive by Kansas State.
Empty the backfield. Weeden fires in underneath, complete to Randall, the running back. And he picks up a first down. So Randall with a 10-yard gain. And that ball is going to be spotted at the 46-yard line.
Very impressed with how Brandon Weeden has bounced back from some adversity and turnovers that he has had. He still had a pretty solid night in this game.
Wide open, there's Blackmon. Blackmon dashing for the end zone. Gave one up and got one back. That is Justin Blackmon, just what the coaches told us, a 54-yard touchdown pass, and the best, as Herbie said, the best pass-catch combo in all of college football. And just like that, Weeden and the Cowboys lead it.
And Weeden is looking over to the coaches about going for 2 and where they want to put the ball. Instead of going up by 6, they want to go up by 7 in case Kansas State moves the ball down. They're trying to move it over to the left hash, but how about the throw by Weeden? It's man-to-man coverage. It's been a battle all night between Blackmon and the Kansas State defensive backs. That time he got separation. Weeden found him in one-on-one coverage and made the throw.
460 yards passing for Weeden here tonight. And here they go for 2. He's going to try to throw for it again. Got him all alone. Same man hands it to the referee. How are you going to stop the big fella? Got to feed the big dog, Herbie. I'll tell you what, folks. This K-State team is not done. Come on back. 60 yards. That's a career high and a school record here at Oklahoma State. In front of 58,895, a new stadium record at the recently remodeled Boone Pickens Stadium, and a beautiful job they did. Money well spent by Mr. Pickens. And now the kickoff coming K-State's way here. Lockett driven back to the goal line. 15-20, looking for a seam on that left side, and he's at the 40, breaks free. Lockett running for the end zone, tripped up, down at the 20. That's, oh my. You talk about a football game that broke.
The night that Tracy Moore has been able to have right here, he's got 9 catches and 146 yards. He's going to go to the flag. By doing that, the safety is occupied, and it frees up Justin Blackmon in one-on-one coverage right here with the corner who's done a good job, Nigel Malone, but he's one-on-one. I cannot believe there's not a safety, that Zimmerman's not helping out. They leave Blackmon alone one-on-one against Malone, and he makes him pay for it. They decide to go for 2. They put the ball on the left hash because they want to work to the right, and look who they find again. Justin Blackmon one-on-one, and confusion in Kansas State secondary on the 2-point play.
So Amadi shaken up on the play. Dion Amadi is the Weeden-Blackmon combination tonight. 12 catches, 196 yards, averaging 16 yards a catch, 2 touchdowns. Also fumbled into the end zone once, remember, and Weeden has thrown a couple of interceptions along with his record-setting night. So here we go now. Colin Klein and the Wildcats. They are down 7. After the 2-point conversion, Klein keeps it, dances free, and he is brought down at the 15-yard line, picking up 5.
Speed and power.
4 minutes remaining. Alabama and LSU go to overtime. They are tied in a field goal duel. Here, a much more wide open game, and K-State trailing it by 7.
He comes up with here on 3rd down.
So dangerous as a runner. They got 2 downs to make this. He'll keep it on 3rd. He's got the first, breaks free, end zone, touchdown. They're an extra point away from a tie. The kickoff return by Lockett. And now we're deadlocked at 45 on Contelli's extra point. But let's go back. is stay focused. Stay focused. We're not yet number 2. You got to take care of business in the Big 12. You got to beat Kansas State first. That's step number 1. Well, we shall see if they can do that as Gilbert now breaks to a seam, and he's out to the 35-yard line at 3:11. And can the defense stop Blackman? And how big was that 2-point conversion that Oklahoma State went for? Now 3:11. And let's see if Wheaton can strike again. Back middle, got it, complete. Throws it now to Anderson, Isaiah Anderson, the speed merchant out of Wichita Falls, Texas. And suddenly the Cowboys are threatening again after the 34-yard gain.
Interesting that time. Remember, Blackman just had a big play. That time the safety took Blackman out. They had double coverage, and Wheaton went to the other side for a huge play.
Wheaton back again. Here's Blackman, got it one-on-one, shoves the DB aside. Why, he's so strong. Puts out one of those mitts and says, nice to meet you, Mr. Malone.
Talk about the importance of that upper body strength for a wide receiver and why guys need to be hitting the weights. Justin Blackman's a guy that doesn't waste much time in a weight room, and it pays off for him on the field.
Just like that, Wheaton's threatening again. Incomplete. Good coverage that time by the Wildcats.
Remember, they did not pick up that first down, so it'll be 3rd and 1. And this almost has a feel who's going to be the last man standing here.
I said last night, while you were in Tuscaloosa, to our guys, George Hill and Scott here, I said, it's going to be kind of nice to take a deep breath and just have a kind of an easy-going game. Holy Toledo, look what we've got here.
Every week we get these games.
2:22 now, Herbie. 3rd down and 1. Got it. Randall breaks free. End zone. Oklahoma State regains the lead. Joseph Randall breaks in, but there's a lot of time for the Never Quit kids from Manhattan. That's a 23-yard touchdown run. I'm betting they keep this kickoff away from you-know-who, and that, of course, is Mr. Tyler Lockett after this extra point. Here's Quinn Sharp. Seven-point lead again.
Randall has good quickness, but he's tough. The formation with Randall on this side, here's Brown in the middle, here's the other outside linebacker. Look at this huge hole right here, and that's where they're able to attack. There's just, they don't have the angles to be able to come there, and then Zimmerman, the safety's in position to be able to at least stop him. He already had the first down. Zimmerman's right there to make a play, but this gives you an idea. Look how quick, look at that little shake right there. Been talking all night about Colin Klein. How about the running of Joseph Randall in the open field?
So now Kansas State will set the kickoff return, and Oklahoma State will figure out how they keep Tyler Lockett from breaking free. Tyler Lockett has already returned 2 touchdowns, two kickoffs for touchdowns this season. Returned the last one, he almost broke number 3, didn't he, folks? We're down at the 20-yard line. And I got to tell you, I'm kicking this one on the ground, Herbie, or pooching it. Number 16. If I'm Oklahoma State, I'm not giving him a whiff. He's from just down the road, folks. That's right, down in Tulsa. They're probably saying, how come we couldn't recruit a Lockett? Here we go. Alabama missed a field goal in overtime. LSU can win it with a field goal. There's that short kick. It will not be Lockett. And the return man is down. That was Thompson, who went down about the 29-yard line. Wow, State.
Here we go,
Stepped out of bounds. The LSU with a 1st and goal there. And here's Klein. Comes back with a screen to Hubert. And Hubert is out to the 39-yard line.
Love the Colin Klein magic and giving up some plays. And in 3rd down conversions, they're converting at 50% against Oklahoma State. That's pretty good. So it's the little things that add up and a little bit of Colin Klein magic, and they're in this game.
52-45, and here's Klein. Takes off, and he's short of the 1st down.
Remember, the clock is going, and Colin Klein at least stepped up into the pocket to give them here a 3rd and short, but the clock starts to work against Kansas State.
Bassett and Jones make that stop. 3rd and 1 now. First down will stop the clock. K-State with only 1 timeout left. They got to convert this one. Klein rides the running back. First down, and the clock will momentarily stop. They'll move the chains now. 7-point lead at 1:21. Klein batted away. On 1st and 10, James Thomas, the senior.
Just a quick throw. Thomas right there gets up in the air. You can see that Offner tries to get to him, but by the time he does, he's already gone up in the air and knocked that down. He read the quarterback's eyes. He saw that he wanted to go with the quick throw, got up in the air and timed it perfectly.
Here is Klein, back, takes off, running for the first down, and he will step out of bounds at the 40-yard line, 37. He's got 105, he's got 1 timeout, he's in Oklahoma State territory. Fires short of the first down, clock's got to run, ball's in bounds. That's Thompson, they got to hurry now, they're inside of a minute.
And with only 1 timeout, Bill Snyder's got to hold on to that timeout.
They need a touchdown now and an extra point to get this into overtime. 44 seconds, Klein, quick strike, got the first down, receiver gets down to hold on, it's incomplete, umpire waves it off. That was Travis Tannehill. Corner from 25 yards, they nail it. LSU goes to Tuscaloosa and beats the Crimson Tide. Here Klein fires, and Tannehill waved off. Tannehill had a crack at it, but he couldn't hang on.
Boy, what an effort here. He looks like it.
And he just couldn't hold it.
Yeah, and the ball clearly touches the ground. He tries to bring it in, but it sets up this 4th down. They have the one.
They must have the first down. They've got a half minute. They've got 1 timeout. Klein will try to run for it. He's got the first down.
Now you hurry up. You save the timeout. There's
do you spike it, or do you keep going quickly?
The spike. Well, with the clock being stopped, it allows you to be able to call play, but they're going to spike it here just to get the clock stopped. 27 seconds.
He puts it right down. Coach Snyder all over that with Oregon State and Corvallis. 2nd down and 10 for Klein. Klein is back. In trouble. Throws it away. And it will be 3rd down. The pressure was coming from Thomas. Number 22 was all over him. James Thomas.
Well, this time James Thomas does a good job of getting around John Hubert. He's outside here. Hubert's been picking up these blitzes all night. This time he gets around him with that great athletic ability. But how about Colin Klein? He got it outside of that pocket area and threw it downfield and avoided any kind of potential penalty of intentional grounding. But good athletic ability there by the senior Thomas to get pressure on Colin Klein.
3rd down and 10. Final 19 seconds. Kansas State down 7. Klein gonna fire to the corner, caught out of bounds. That was Chris Harper working the sideline to the 5-yard line. Clock stops with 12 to go. What a grab.
He rolls to his right. He's going to the backside the whole way to the former Oregon quarterback who transferred to Kansas State a couple years ago. Harper with outstanding hands and extension to make that catch.
Now, Oklahoma State. There you can see the confrontation with Bill Snyder. He's told the official when he wants a timeout. He's got 1 timeout to go if they can't get this in. Klein back to throw for it. Looks, fade, end zone, knocked away beautifully in the corner, and that was Martin. Martin went after Lockett and knocked it away, and we're down to the last 5 seconds of regulation.
Outstanding throw. He puts it where Lockett has a shot at it. He actually gets away from Martin in one-on-one coverage, but Martin recovers with the ball floating a little bit in the air, and Bill Snyder's going to use his final timeout with 5 seconds to go in this game. Just to put this in perspective for fans that are watching tonight, Colin Klein is one of the more dynamic quarterbacks in the country. He has meant everything tonight for Kansas State, running and throwing. They're going to put the ball in his hands here and give him the option of either running this ball into the end zone or throwing it if he can find a man. But he's been very elusive and tough to deal with for the Cowboys.
So it's the final 5 seconds. Klein checks over to the sideline to see what Coach Snyder and the staff want to come up with. Klein fires in zone, knocked away. With 1 second left on the clock, ball is knocked away, incomplete by Broderick Brown. The little corner from Houston, Texas.
What a play by Brown. Interesting call. What an effort again by Harper. Brown knocks it away, but they decide with the ball in the left hash, let's take a quick shot, throw the ball out there to Harper, hope that we still have a little bit of time for that next play, and now you'd expect to see Klein again with his chance to make a play with his feet or with his arm.
Need 7. Last play of regulation coming up. Klein rolls to the right. Fires high and incomplete, and Oklahoma State will survive a scare. 52-45 on one of the guttiest performances we've seen by quarterback Colin Klein and the Kansas State Wildcats, coached by Bill Snyder. Unlike a week ago at home, tonight they went out guns blazing. But in the end, the number 3 team survives. And they know that up next is that road trip to Lubbock. Then it's Ames, Iowa. Then it's back here for Bedlam against Oklahoma. Nothing's going to come easy in the battle for the BCS championship game. LSU a winner. They still have to deal with Arkansas and Baton Rouge. Stanford has to play Oregon next week. Checking down below with Lisa Salters.
Thanks, Brent. Mike, how would you describe that fourth quarter?
Well, you know, it's college football's March Madness every week, you know, and it's just a great effort from our team, and I got to give credit to Kansas State. What a great effort from them, and both teams kept firing back, so it's just a great college football game.
That final play, what did you think was coming? What was your defensive call?
Well, we just wanted to get in our base, what we thought was best, and what we feel like we're good at and we've had the most reps at, and I couldn't even see it from there. I just had to listen to the crowd. Well, I couldn't see once he threw the ball, I couldn't see it. I just had to listen to the crowd.
Everyone in the building knew that Colin Klein was going to have to be the guy coming down the stretch. What was so challenging about slowing him down?
Well, he's very athletic, and you know, you got to be able to stop the run, and when he's running the ball, they have an extra man, so it's difficult to stop the run.
Are you curious about that other game?
No, what was the score?
9-6, I believe. Would you like to know who won?
Who won?
LSU won.
There you go. All right.
You didn't know for real?
Now, I'm not so sure. They shouldn't have been watching our game.
Absolutely.
There you go.
More offense. Where do you think you'll be in the standings on Monday?
Well, I'm guessing that we'll probably move up, but ultimately, you know, it doesn't matter till the very end.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot. Congratulations.
All right, thank you very much. And you could see that Kansas State bonding together walks off as one. Then meanwhile, the alma mater here with a veteran quarterback, Brandon Wheaton. And they had some scare here tonight. If you weren't with us, they put up a quick 14, and then they stumbled and fumbled and turned it over 4 times, and they had to come from behind. Take another look here, Herbie, at the last play of the game.
Well, they tried to motion Harper and get 3 receivers to the right, and honestly, Brent, they're panicking here at the end. I mean, there's a lot of confusion. Klein rolls to his right. 2 of the receivers run the same route. I think the receivers were not on the same page. I think he was anticipating either Lockett or Thompson to go to the flag in the corner. Neither one of them did. A little bit of confusion, and Klein really had nothing to do with the football other than just try to throw it up and see if somebody might make a play. So one of the only plays we saw all night where we didn't see Kansas State execute their offense. And Colin Klein, I may have a new favorite player in college football. This kid left everything out of the field. It was a great effort by the Wildcats.
So there you have it. Another great night of college football. Arizona State loses in the Rose Bowl to UCLA at the buzzer. LSU goes to Tuscaloosa and wins. Oklahoma State survives 52-45. We thank you so much for watching Saturday Night Football. Now we take you to the studio for the Ford wrap-up with Robert Flores. Flores, you've got some night to talk about, my friend.
Holdinger live with the highlights, guys.
Well, guys, it was an incredible night here. Boone Pickens Stadium is still rocking as of right now. You witnessed it, an incredible 52-45 win in a game that came down to the final second. OSU ending up beating K-State. Let's take a look at the highlights. There were a ton of them in the first half. Things started off well for OSU, which ended up forcing a turnover on K-State's first possession. Daytwan Lowe recovered quarterback Colin Klein's fumble at the Cats' 4-yard line.
You know what that means for the Oklahoma State offense. They're going to go right to their star running back, Joseph Randall. Scored 4 touchdowns last week, 4 touchdowns the week before. 4-yard touchdown there on the ground, and it's 7-0 Pokes just like that.
And then on the Pokes' next possession, Brandon Whedon. Check this out. He's going to find Justin Blackman, who had an incredible night. He shakes a tackle after he makes the catch before scoring from 11 yards out. That made it 14-0 OSU. It looked like the Pokes were in great shape at this point, but Kansas State did a great job all night coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. Defense has done great all season. And then the offense with Randall and Blackman, 2 of their best. We'll go right back to Kansas State. They get Angelo Peace, 5-yard touchdown, and it's 14-10. That's a 77-yard drive on just 5 plays, and the Cats are right back in the ballgame.
Yeah, nobody really expected the Cats to ring up so many points as they did tonight, but their offense was clicking as OSU had a hard time stopping them this evening. But Kansas State would take the lead just a little bit later on in the second quarter when Klein here scores from 4 yards out on the quarterback keeper. That made it 17-14 Wildcats, and the crowd was a little bit worried at this point.
Yeah, the crowd was a lot worried. It was dead quiet out there as Kansas State forces a turnover, gets right back on top of Oklahoma State. OSU trailing in the second quarter for the first time since the Texas A&M game, but the Cowboys would prevail in this one as they made a big comeback, a big third quarter for Oklahoma State. Defensively, once again, they gave up a lot of yards, they gave up a lot of points, but in the end, they came up with a big stop when they absolutely had to have it.
Yeah, in Norman, also a big victory today for OU, however.
Okay, obviously that's enough excitement for one night. It was a good win for our team. What I shared with them in the locker room that you're going to have some games like that when you play in a league that has quality football teams that are very well coached and prepared. And so we knew going in it was going to be a battle. Their quarterback has made plays throughout the season, and he made some plays tonight. There was times that we tried to get some pressure on him and play man coverage, and he pulled the ball down, took off, and made a few runs on 3rd and 4th down to extend their drives. And they're a good football team. They're in the right spot in most cases on defense, and good on special teams. We worked hard on coverage units, and we were really good except for one return. And we had some good returns ourselves. So other than the turnovers, we lost that battle. I know that we had how many fumbles? We lost 2 and had 2 picks, right? So we had 4 and they had 1. So we were -3. What was it? So they had 2. So we were -2, and we've been in the plus category. And so you see what happens if you turn the ball over. You give yourself a chance to, or you take away the chance to win the game, give yourself a chance to lose the game. So anyway, we got to do a better job taking care of the football. But I was proud of our players, and be able to enjoy this one tonight and then go back to work tomorrow.
Klein's a pretty tough kid.
He's a good player. He's a good runner. He's smart, doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Made some good throws down the field, and he's a good football player.
How did you guys prepare for him during the week, Mike? Did you have somebody that, kind of scout team guy?
We rotated guys in, John, for quarterback run, and then to try to get a guy on the perimeter a little bit. It's always the most difficult part in preparing for a quarterback like that, is to try to simulate his ability to run inside the line of scrimmage, inside the tackles. Most guys in your demonstration squad don't want to do that. And, he does a nice job. He's patient, and he lets that hole open up, and he's a big, strong runner. So we do the best we can to simulate it, but it's difficult.
Obviously, you wouldn't want to have a game this close, but is there some positive that surviving a game like this?
Well, I think so, and I've said this now for several weeks that, college football's turned into March Madness. It starts the first week in September. And so I just don't know that there's going to be many teams that can make it through till the end that don't have some close calls. It's just the way it is. You're going to play, when you play a schedule that's got enough opponents that if you lose the turnover battle, which we did tonight, you take a chance on losing the game. And so, you're just kind of glad to get out of it and go on down the road.
What did you learn about your team?
Well, our guys know how to win games. I told them in the locker room that, I've been involved off and on with Oklahoma State football for almost a quarter of a century. I think it's 21 or 22 years. I forgot, lost count now. And I've been here a lot of years when the other team would have first down on the 4-yard line at the end of the game, and we didn't stop them. And I've been around our defense now for a couple years, and they're finding a way to stop people. It doesn't guarantee it's going to happen, but I believe that they find a way to get it done somehow, and I think there's something to be said about that. A couple times in the fourth quarter they didn't, and our offense stepped up and rallied, and they found a way to get it done.
When they tied the game, how would you describe the sideline?
Which time?
The second time.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know was that 45 to 45 or. Our guys are okay. I just think they play with a lot of confidence. We have mature leadership. I don't see any panic, and I think they're comfortable. I really do. I think they believe in themselves. They believe in the system. Our coaches do a good job of keeping their composure. They don't panic. And so in most cases, young people that are looking for leaders, they're always going to look to their coaches. And if their coaches don't panic, they're not going to panic.
Did you feel the earthquake, Mike?
I didn't feel either one of them. I didn't even know we had an earthquake last night until Lisa Salters told me in the pregame what I thought of the earthquake. And I didn't know which one she was talking about. She said, we had one here at 2:15 in the morning. I said, 2:15 in the morning? I don't have any chance of hearing an earthquake. I'm out. And she said that we had one, and then somebody said we had one just a second ago. Is that right? I was unaware of that one. So at this point in the year, I'm oblivious to a lot of things that happen.
Mike, you're probably going to be ranked second when all the polls come out tomorrow, which would make the guys poised for making to the championship game in the end. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, it's the same as it was the last few weeks. We've been fortunate enough that we started the season high enough in the polls, and we've had enough success to where, we kind of hang around there, and that's really what it is. You just try to hang around and show up the last week. So there's still a lot of football to be played. We're back on the road next week. Anytime you go on the road in this league, there's potential danger. So our players have to understand that. And I think we approach them the same way, is that, it's where you're at. You're not going to hide it. Everybody knows. And so they have to realize the importance of getting back down to earth. We haven't gone into a game, just about every game we've played the last 3 or 4 games. Those guys are ready to play, and they bring their A game. And so you're going to get the same thing next week when you go to Lubbock. It's just a matter of getting our guys back down, trying to get them to focus and absorb information in meetings, be able to practice well, and put everything else aside. Because ultimately it's not going to matter anyway. The only thing that matters is our preparation and how we play in Lubbock. That's the only thing that matters right now.
Coach, describe the post-game locker room.
Well, they were really excited, and I want them to be. They should be. because there's a lot of work, a lot of time, and a lot of effort that goes into these games. It started last January, and they were excited. They need to be able to enjoy each other, and that's part of college athletics. That's part of the reason that coaches enjoy being around their players. And so they were thrilled, and I think the atmosphere was that way because of the way the game went. And so they're celebrating, and they should, deservingly so.
How does this challenge compare to what you guys face at A&M?
Very similar circumstances. Started out really good for us. We're ahead, and I wish I had an answer for when we're playing at home and we get way up on somebody and then they end up coming back and tying us or we fall behind. That's happened to us a number of times, and I don't know why that happens, but the feeling on the sideline and the emotion of the team was very similar to A&M, but the advantage and the one thing that I like about our team is they really don't flinch very much. You know, they just keep playing. So as long as they do that, you know, so be it. Two bad decisions early in the game. This is probably a long, drawn-out answer for your short question, but he didn't see the coverage rotate on the post ball to Blackman, and he held the ball on the interception they returned for a touchdown. He held the ball too long instead of letting go of it. Brandon's strength is to be able to let go of the ball right now. So other than that, from that point on, I'm going to say he played almost a perfect game. I think he had one other mistake, and he was almost perfect from that point on. He actually threw the ball away a couple times, made some good decisions. But I don't know anybody in the country that I would rather have than him in those situations because he's so calm and collected. And there's other good quarterbacks out there. I'm sure guy at Stanford, he did a nice job last week doing that. And, you know, there's other guys out there. I'm just saying I like our guy, and I wouldn't trade him for anybody.
Similar story for Blackman. From punt, ball up to one, you know, got to maybe go up and put that thing away.
Right.
Then he comes back.
You know, and when that happens, John, you know, you got to be able to overcome it, and you got to stick him back out there. You know, you never take a guy like that out. You got to coach him and put him right back out there because he's a difference maker. He needs to take care of the football better. He gets a little bit excited, tries to do too much at times. He just needs to play his game. He's a big-time player when he just plays within himself. He gets a little excited, tries to make too much out of it. But the one fumble on the 1 yard line, were we up by 10 then? I can't remember. How much? Oh, we were only up by 3, so that would have put us back up by 10. And you cost yourself points because you're on the 1 yard line, but more importantly, you swing momentum. You know, you kind of take the air out of your sails and you put it in theirs. So at times that affects you more so than the actual fumble.
Last question. We got some folks coming in for
Cooper and Smith, were they game time decisions?
Excuse me?
Cooper and Jeremy?
Josh didn't really feel good on Thursday, so we decided to go ahead and hold him. And then Jeremy Smith, I don't think he played today, did he? Yeah, he should be fine this week. Jeremy hurt his hand, and he's got a mechanism in place to play. But see, we only had 63 plays, so we weren't because of the style of play that Kansas State had, we weren't into a situation where we were going to get 90 plays. And so there wasn't any reason to put him in there. He'll be much better this week, and then he'll even be better the next. So Coach Singleton made that decision based on how the game went. We could have played him. So, good. Thank you.